And over here you'll see a whole pile of sidecars. No motorcycles, just the sidecar. Because Quezon City have an ordinance. If you're caught as a colorum tricycle, they can confiscate your sidecar permanently to prevent you continuing driving around and picking up passengers. Good morning everyone. We are on a joint operation today between Quezon City DPOS and Quezon City Tricycle Regulatory Division. I hope I got that right. Basically they're clamping down on illegal tricycle drivers. Right now they're writing out the impound paperwork for these two tricycles. Driving without license, driving without registration. They're running to try and catch this one. They asked him to stop, but he quickly made a U-turn and drove away, but they have managed to stop him. Let's go. Right now the DPOS is asking the driver to come down from the bike because he already made one attempt to drive away from them. Okay, there you go. He's now giving control of the vehicle to DPOS. They are impounding this. Now while the driver, that one did have a license, unfortunately according to the enforcer, no valid registration, no valid franchise or permit to carry passengers for money. And you may have noticed what they're using for their service is an e-trike, an electric tricycle made by BMAC. These are pretty popular, especially around Quezon City. I know they're using them for a lot of local government projects. These are a little bit more expensive than some other e-trikes because they're actually using lithium batteries instead of lead acid. That makes it lighter, faster to charge, longer lifetime on the batteries before they need replacing. So it's it's an investment versus long-term gains. And I'm now speaking to the driver of this tricycle parked on the pedestrian crossing. He handed over a registration document from 2011. That's 8 years ago. It's been quite a while since any tricycle has driven past. You might think that these are disorganized, independent tricycles, but actually many colorum tricycles will belong to a toter, officially or unofficially, who will collect certain fees and allow them to operate inside the area. The thing is, it's very, very unfair to legitimate tricycle drivers, those who have a valid license, those who register their vehicles, those who wear a proper uniform, they don't wear slippers, those who have a permit and a franchise. They should all be protected because they're following the law, and it actually costs them money to follow the law. So give them a chance to pick up passengers. It's not fair if they have a legal competition from colorum tricycle drivers. And the team just moved on to another area. They're impounding a lot of tricycles for various reasons. No license, no registration. As far as I know, most of these, if not all of these, don't have any kind of permit or franchise to carry passengers for money.
Titikitan namin to, parehistro nyo, para maayos naman. Walang mga rehistro. Ang problema po kasi, pag naka-aksidente yan, yung driver mo makukulong pa. Ayun nga sir. So, by January sir, para maayos na namin. Kasi inaayos din namin.
So they'll be impounding all of these tricycles now. There's no point writing tickets to unregistered vehicles because the tickets will never be paid. So they'll take these to the Seedling Bank. That's the temporary impound area for Quezon City. So all of those tricycles are now going to the impound area. You might feel sorry for them, but you should also feel sorry for legitimate tricycle drivers. Those who have a permit, have a license, register their vehicles, wear a uniform, wait inside the tricycle terminal. All of those are losing customers to illegal tricycle operators. So we're now inside the Quezon City impound area, which used to be the old Seedling Bank, and you can see each tricycle is now being parked here. I will verify how many they've impounded. I think it's around 15 units. And over here you'll see a whole pile of sidecars. No motorcycles, just the sidecar. Because Quezon City have an ordinance. If you're caught as a colorum tricycle, they can confiscate your sidecar permanently to prevent you continuing driving around and picking up passengers. A lady is here at the impound area asking if they can release her tricycle that was impounded today. She actually has a release form showing that it was also impounded last month. And unfortunately she still hasn't registered the tricycle. So I asked them, is it not a requirement to register the vehicle before it's released? And they reminded me, of course, you can't register a vehicle unless you physically take it to LTO, at least not legally. So what they do is they have the person sign a form promising to register the vehicle, fix any defects. They pay their penalty ticket and then take the vehicle away. But obviously in this case they've continued using it without registering it. I don't know if she has a license or not. I wasn't able to verify.
Ako po kasi yung driver ng numero 15.
Driver po kayo?
Opo.
Namamasada po kayo?
Hindi, dati po kasi yung asawa ko, pumalit po ako maging driver, kumuha ako ng lisensya kasi yung puso niya o-operahan ngayong December. Kailangan ko maghanap buhay. Nahuli po kami nung 31 ng October. Kasi ang bala ko po sana sa January, kumuha ng hulugan ng motor. Aalisin ko na po yung motor na yan. Kasi kailangan ko po maghanap buhay dahil o-operahan asawa ko. Kuha akong hulugan para mairehistro siya. Papalitan ko na talaga yung motor. Wala pa akong pera ngayon kasi magpapa-opera yung asawa ko.
Saan na-operahan asawa mo?
Sabi po ni Consel TJ, kung makakapunta kami sa December 14 sa isabi nyo, sa kanya ako lalaki. Kasi siya rin yung tumulong sa akin.
Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. The head of the TRD just gave the lady a little bit of cash to help because her husband has ongoing medical issues and they say they're not going to be able to pay the penalties. It is such a kind gesture and I'm proud that he's done it, but of course it's not practical to do that for everyone because that's his own personal money. He can't afford to give money to every single violator. So it's a very, very kind move, but if you're apprehended, don't guarantee that someone is always going to bail you out. It's best if you can follow the law and avoid being apprehended in the first place.